Radhe Radhe! Welcome to day 5 of the Spring Yoga Challenge. Can you believe it? We've already made it through a whole week. So hopefully you're feeling really good on your mat and you're getting a little bit more comfortable with just some of these foundation movements. Because once we get comfortable with these foundation movements, then we can really open up to the sweet, juicy flow of loving energy that comes in our practice. Today, we're working on some twists, and so there may be some tight moments, but after those tight moments when we're twisting the body, really allow yourself to relish the feelings of opening, because sometimes you may be filled with a new, surprising delight. Okay, enough talking. Here we go. Let's start by stepping to the top of the mat. And like always, we want to just bring ourselves into center. And so take a breath in and take a breath out, arriving in mountain pose perfectly still. And then reach your hands up high to the sky and press through the feet. And then as you exhale, hinge at the hips and humbly bow forward. We're humble because we never know what our mat is going to bring. We never know what our practice is going to bring. Inhale, hands up to your knees, half back. And exhale, step it back to plank pose. In plank pose, find your hands, find your shoulders, find your hips, and then find your belly. Pull the belly in and take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Drop the knees. Shift the heart forward so the heart is lowering down as the elbows bending by your sides. Untuck the toes and inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower it back down. Press back onto the knees. Tuck the toes and lift the hips, downward facing dog. Now in this first downward facing dog, let's bring our big toes together to touch. Lift up high onto our tippy toes and drop the heels over to the right. Here, you can gaze over to the left. I'm just trying to adjust my microphone here. Sorry for any noise issues. As you gaze over to the left, take a nice breath into the left side of the body. The right side of the body will be a little bit crunched, a little bit twisted. Inhale, back up onto your tippy toes and switch sides. Heels drop over to the left. Press through the right hand, and so you're really opening the right side of the body and crunching, squeezing the left side of the body. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Back up onto your tippy toes. Look forward and step to your hands. It may take a couple of steps, especially when you first arrive on your mat. Inhale, hands to knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to the sky. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Chair pose. Bend in the knees, sitting in your little tiny chair. Pull the belly button in so the tailbone drops. Bring the hands to the heart and then take a nice shoulder roll. Shoulders up and down the back. Here we inhale. And exhale, twist to the left. Stay high this first time. Press your hands together. Come back to center. And as you exhale, twist the other direction. Twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center. As you twist, focus on the left side of the body, getting nice and short, kind of getting squeezed together, pinched even. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, focus on the right side of the body. Inhale, back to center. Feel your legs. Send your arms forward. Sit a little bit deeper. Yes, beautiful. This is it. And then exhale, straighten the legs forward, fold. Inhale, half back. And exhale, step your right foot back. High lunge. Make sure your stance is wide enough. And then when you're ready, reach up to the sky. You may want to come through the knee, through the hips. Lifting high up to the sky. Take a breath in. And exhale, lower your hands down to your heart center. With your hands at your heart, take another breath. And exhale, twist to the left. This is kind of tricky. You're twisting towards that front knee that's bent. Slowly come back to center. Reach your hands up to the sky. Listen carefully. You're going to grab onto your right wrist and pull it across the body. I'll give you a frontal view here. So once you're in your stance, you're lifting up and then across the body. And so one side is long and one side is getting that really deep cleanse as we wring ourselves out, as we kind of twist out anything that's coming up for us in this fresh spring season. Inhale, hands back up to the sky. Exhale, hands lower down, step to switch. Deep bend in the front knee. Reach your hands up to the sky. Take your time to get there. Make sure you're nice and steady, and then lower your hands down to the heart. With your hands at your heart, roll your shoulders up and down the back. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist. Keep your hands high this time. This allows a nice stretch through the hip flexor, through the upper torso. Notice where you feel the body wringing out, where you feel the muscles twisting in the right side. Slowly come back to center, hands straight up to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, grab onto your left wrist, pull it up, and then lean across the body. Trying to keep the breath smooth and even. Beautiful. Slowly come up. Exhale, hands lower down, step it back, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, take a breath in and a breath out. Roll forward to plank pose. Here in plank pose, find your belly, find your core. Feel that vibration, that turning on. And it's beautiful because in yoga, we turn on the body and then we turn our awareness inward. We start to look inward because this is actually the pathway to peace. Drop your right knee down to the ground. Open it like a kickstand, so bring it to the side of the mat and then spiral open for a modified side plank. One knee on the ground, one foot back. If you want to take it into full side plank, you can bring both feet back, stacking your feet on top of one another, shoulder above the wrist. Here, we're really strengthening our right obliques, strengthening these muscles that we're twisting so much in this practice. Take a breath in. Exhale, hand lowers down. Your knee can lower down. We'll rotate to the other side, and so opposite foot comes out, opposite leg goes back, stacking in the side body. Here, you can find this variation of plank first. And if you wish, open it up into the full side plank. Both feet are stacked, hips are high, hand straight up to the sky. One tiny tip here to help you energize the legs is to actually flex the toes, pulling the toes back towards your knees so you can squeeze the muscles of the legs, helping the body float off of the ground. Take another deep breath. Exhale, release. Hand lowers down. Pivot onto your hands and knees. Slide your wrists underneath your shoulders. Round the back of the body for cat. And let the belly hang for cow. Come back into table. And we'll do just a very subtle twisting motion. So here, look over your right shoulder like there was something back behind you really wanted to see. Pull your right hip in towards your shoulder so you're crunching in this right side of the body. Notice if you can feel the muscles in the right side of the body. Come through center, opposite side. Look over the left shoulder. Left hip pulls forward. Take a breath. Slowly come back. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, look forward at the hands and step, hop or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, half back. Exhale, fold, and then reach your hands high, high, high up to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands lower to the heart. Listen carefully. Bend your knees. Go immediately into chair pose. Sitting down in this chair pose, take a breath. Then try and float your right foot off of the ground. And so it's hovering above the ground. And step it back. Warrior one. Deep bend in the front knee, back leg is straight. Reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands into the heart. We'll take a prayer twist and a hook. So the way this looks is we lift our ribs off of our hips, twist towards our bent knee, and then you can either stay high like we did last time or bring your elbow down to the outside of the knee. Press your palms together and spiral your heart, shoulder, and gaze. The gaze can even move all the way up to the sky. You always have the arm variation to open the arms if you wish. Take another deep breath here. Slowly untie, step forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, half back. Exhale, fold. Listen carefully, we're gonna bend the knees and lift the arms, chair pose. Hello, legs. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. This is the beauty of yoga. We get to feel so many things and connect them all together with the loving energy that flows from the heart. Hands to the heart center. Same thing as last time. Lift the left foot up, hovering it above the ground, just about an inch or 2 inches. Step that foot back. Find yourself in high lunge. Hands to the heart. You can roll the shoulders up and down the back. Take a breath in. Exhale. When you're ready, twist. Twisting, you can stay high or lower the elbow down to the knee and hook. Here, you want to think about lengthening the spine, and so you're pulling long and then twisting out. The breath helps you. As you inhale, you lengthen. As you exhale, you twist. Open your hands if you wish. Opening your wings nice and wide. Slowly untie both hands, lower down, step it back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, a long breath out. Drop down to the knees, roll over onto your bottom, take a seat. Once you're sitting nice and tall, you can keep your knees bent, just like, just shake it out a little bit. You're like, okay. Then as you feel yourself return to this really calm place, we prepare for a little bit more core work. Sitting up nice and tall, pull the belly in, then lift the feet up. Your hands can be back behind your legs. Look at your toes. Make a little bit of space in between your toes, and then float the hands if you wish. The key here is to have a nice flat back, and so your core is what's holding you up instead of the muscles of the back. This also helps to have your knees just a tiny bit closer to center. Keeping your core engaged. Take a breath. Beautiful. Feet come together, knees open wide. Sit up nice and tall and bow your heart forward, melting your heart down to your toes. Shake out the head left and right. Beautiful. We have boat pose 2 more times. Slowly lift it up. Hands to your knees, close your knees like a book. Find your sit bones, sitting up nice and tall. Here it can help to roll your shoulders up and down the back. As you lean back, float the feet. Energize the toes. You can always keep your hands here. You can keep your hands here the entire time. If you wish, you can bring your hands up. Make sure you're stretching through the fingertips so the arms are energized. And the most advanced variation is to straighten the legs, and this is bringing me quite a bit of trembling. My legs are like, whoa. If you feel yourself rounding in the back, come right back into that bent knee position. Find the core, find the breath. Take another breath. And then bring your feet together, same exact thing as last time. Knees open wide, Baddha Konasana. Lift the head to the sky. Heart lifts up to the sky, and then bowing ever so slightly forward. And as you bow, you're not only physically bowing, but internally. Notice what it feels like to take an emotional bow. Like you're literally like, okay, I'm bowing down, I give up. But not in a bad way. So often we think this giving up, this surrender is a sign of weakness. But honestly, it's a sign of spiritual strength. Slowly lift it back up. 3rd round. Hands to your knees. Close your knees like a book. Find your core, so really, really pull it in. Lift your feet up. Hands can be behind your legs. Flex your toes. Nice long spine, shoulders on the back. You can float your arms when you're ready if you haven't already. Use the breath. Let's stay here for 10, 9. Lips are turned up. We're here at 7 and 6. Maybe you're in the advanced variation. Beautiful work. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your feet together. Knees wide. 3rd time. Reach the heart up to the sky, and then humbly bow down. And this time as you bow down, you can tuck the chin, let the back of the neck lengthen, and maybe even just take a gentle sigh or sway to the left and to the right. Yoga is a journey that leads you into yourself. Every step of the journey is bringing you exactly where you need to be. Every step of the journey is important and deserves your full attention. Sometimes we get ahead of ourselves. We're looking at that next mountain peak. But take a breath and be here now, softening a little bit more into this posture. Then slowly and gently lift yourself up. Bring your hands to your knees, close your knees. Our final posture is a seated twist. We'll start by bringing our left foot back to the hip. So back to your right hip. Right foot crosses over the top. Rotate so you can see me a little bit better. So one foot back of the hip, other foot over the top. Sit up nice and tall at first. Try to root the sit bones down to the ground. Then reach your right hand back behind you. It's fairly close behind you, so you can help lift the spine long. You can continue to hug your knee into your chest as option 1. Option 2 is to hook elbow on the outside of the knee. And then slowly, as you find this position, begin to use your breath to help you twist. Twisting through the low belly, through the rib cage, eventually through the neck and the head, and then even the eyes. Try and find a sidelong glance, gazing out the corner of your eyes as you twist the body and create space for a big flush of loving energy through the heart. Take a deep breath. Slowly untie. Let's release the legs. Right foot goes back to your left hip. Left foot over the top. Sitting up nice and tall here. You can stay here, option 1. Bring your hand back behind you. Make sure it's close to the body so you're really lifting up. Or you can hook your elbow on the outside of the knee. Sometimes as we hook, we kind of get in this collapsed state. And so really focus as you inhale on lifting the spine long and then twisting. Twisting in the belly, in the ribs, through the chest. There's nice openness around the heart. And then eventually the head turns and even the eyes turn until you're gazing out of the corner of your eyes. Two more deep breaths here. Slowly untie. Bring yourself down onto your back. Just like that, we made it through our practice. It's kind of amazing. When you're down on your back, you can open your arms to your sides and then just windshield wiper the legs left and right, letting them fall to the left and to the right. And then bring them to the center and straighten both of your legs and both of your arms, palms face the sky. Take a breath in. Let the breath go. We did a lot of different twists and movements with our side body, with these walls that protect not only our organs, these physical parts of ourselves that allow the body to function, but we also twisted some more subtle parts of ourselves. Sometimes in yoga, the stress of this material life, of this physical existence, it just naturally wrings out, loosens up. And in this most important posture, this is where we can actually maybe even let just a tiny bit of it go. As you soften your body, soften your face, soften your jaw, and soften your tongue. Allow the sweetness inside of you, the loving seeds that have been planted through compassion, maybe through one of our compassion challenges or compassion retreats. Allow all of these good seeds to grow, lifting out the front of the body, using your imagination to allow this flower garden to grow out of the front of yourself. Take one more gentle breath here. And then wiggle your fingers and your toes. Squeeze the muscles of the face. And then let them go. And bend your knees and bring your hands up and just gently rub your temples and your forehead. Gently clearing anything. And with a breath, you can make your way up into a seated posture, however you wish. And as you come up into a seat, close your eyes once again if you open them, and look inside. Just taking a moment to notice how the practice made you feel. And with your gaze inside, float your hands to your heart. May these feelings of loving connection guide you through your day, allowing you to see the beauty in all things and every step of the way. Deep breath in, exhale everything out. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't believe it's already day 5, but there's good news. We have a compassion tune-up coming up, which is an incredible week of live meditations, more yoga practices, live kirtan, and an incredible empowering lesson that teaches you how to lift the heavy energy of spring, and so you can have feelings of love and light all of the time. I hope that you're able to join us. Leave a comment below and tell us how this practice was, and of course, if you haven't had the chance yet, tell somebody else about this challenge, because you know how good it makes you feel, and other people probably need it too. Radhe Radhe. See you soon, my friends. Namaste.